Now I know we're on late and you might have to take a deep breath on this topic, but it's interesting. I've brought in Kurt Franke once again from the law office of Kurt A. Franke to talk about deeding your property, and there's been some changes in this to make it more beneficial to you in your estate, right, Kurt?
Right. Well, if you remember last time I was here, we talked about an estate that you can deed called a life estate. That's where you can deed your property to somebody or yourself for the enjoyment of their or your life, and at the end of that life, you can actually pick who the property goes to at the end of that time.
Now, there have been some changes that make it a better situation for you. How has that taken place? What have they done?
Well, what happened in 2003, the one drawback to a life estate was if you say that this person has it at the end of that first person's life, well, that person has a current right, perhaps, to prevent you from changing it during that time.
Okay.
And that was the drawback that the legislature was trying to prevent or to try to take out of that. So they created 111.119.
That's a lot of ones.
That's a lot of ones, and that's a statute that says you can do a life estate. So you can grant property to yourself for your life, and the deed would say to yourself for your life, and then maybe to a charity or to a spouse at the end of that life. But if somewhere during the time of your life you want to change that, now you can change it.
All right. So once you put that into place before, it was locked in, and like you said, somebody else could take control of your estate simply by a right that they had down the road in the afterlife almost.
Correct. Well, they would,
Wow.
they would actually say, if you try to change it, they would, wait a minute, I'm getting that property next. So I have a right now to prevent you from changing it.
That's interesting. And this took place, what did you say, about 7, 8 years ago?
About 2003. There was a change in the legislation that now allows you to do that life estate, but if your circumstances change, you can change it, and that person specifically has no right to prevent you.
And those circumstances being a financial hardship really is the one that comes to my head, where all of a sudden you need to sell your home in order to maintain your living.
That's correct. Financial hardship, divorce, those kind of things can affect what you want to do with that property after.
If you want to know more, you got to set up an appointment with Kurt Franke, sit down in his offices and find out exactly how this could benefit you. How do they do that, Kurt?
That's correct. You can call me at 827-6100, or you can visit my website at LOCAF, that's LOKAF.com.
It's the law offices of Kurt A. Franke, helping us out once again with the legal side of real estate. Thanks, Kurt.
Thank you, Greg.
Great to see you, and you'll be back next week.
Okay.
All right, very good.